robbing each of us of that growth itself. We have robbed so many people their growth because the world have conditioned us not to speak our mind. It has conditioned us not to try the difficult things. It has conditioned us not to accept discomfort. But as a result, we have grown into such kind of people where we accept to follow the flow and patterns of the world. We are afraid to ask questions. We are afraid to ask why. We are afraid to ask where is this road leading us to. We're just inside the bus and the driver is just moving, ignorant of what the passengers are thinking about the journey itself. Perhaps the driver asks a question. The passengers are afraid never to respond either. They're afraid not to say what they dislike about the way the driver is driving the vehicle. They're afraid to say what they need to change along the journey. The mission and the purpose of this silence is to remain loved by the people and to be the favorite and avoid uncomfortable treatment, uncomfortable conflict, uncomfortable confusion that has made us live a life that is not real. But the main purpose of you being created on this earth, the main purpose of you being created on this world is to live a reality, and the reality only comes when you open up your mouth to speak. And you must remember that you have every right to speak. You have every right to open your mouth and speak out the fact, speak out the truth. However much it will put you into temptations, however much it will put you into discomfort, however much it will put you into a zone that you don't like. Because the truth is, a comfort zone will never lift you high the way you're waiting to be lifted. You'll never climb up the mountain when you are in a comfort zone. You only climb when you are ready to tear apart, when you are ready to sweat, when you are ready to be cut into pieces, when you are ready to meet snakes, to meet wild animals. You have to understand that it is that which you need when you don't have. And when you don't take what is needed, you are robbing someone of their growth. When you don't speak, you are robbing someone else his growth. When you don't come out to condition yourself into being the person you are supposed to be, you are robbing someone a chance to grow. You are robbing them of the opportunity to learn because you did not talk. And you shut because you fear the authority. To become better of yourself, you have to come out. You have to be as important as you need to be. If you don't learn that you are robbing yourself of this wisdom, then you will continue being quiet. You will continue being in the comfort zone. If we don't call out some people, if we don't call them out of the things they are missing, we don't call them out of the things they are doing wrong, and if we don't call them out to be responsible people in the world is going to remain the same. Every day we will have United Nations conference discussing the same thing. In the first year, second, third, 2,000 years, they're still discussing the same. We need peace. We need to plant trees. We need to give women opportunity. We need to empower girls. We need to create awareness of HIV/AIDS. We need to create awareness of cancer. We need to create awareness of this and that, because the world is not speaking out, because the world has remained silent. And when you remain silent in your pains, you are denying someone opportunity to learn. You are denying somebody opportunity to be better of themselves. Because the wisdom that is bestowed in you by God, you have slept in it, you have sat on it, you have blowing into the seas. And it will be taken away by the wind, by the strong winds that come as a result of the waves that hit most of our water bodies. A story of my life: when I grew up in a small village in a part of the world, a very beautiful country, Kenya, in a small county Sierra, in a small village in Uganda. I grew up knowing no one with their color, no one with their language. We grew up as small babies. We used to play naked in rain, drawing our butts down on mud, and we loved each other. We were naked, girls and boys. We never identified ourselves, speaking, walking, playing and dancing, and enjoying ourselves without belittling any one of us. But today, because we have grown and we have known to love things by our eyes and not our hearts, we have grown to see things with our eyes and not our hearts. We have known how to identify that this is a white and this is a black. We have known how to identify that this is a Kikuyu and this is a Luo. Because our eyes are seeing, we have known how to identify an accent that comes from Africa and an accent that comes from the US. Because we see things with our eyes, we have realized and identified ourselves with the world, the luxury lives, the kind of the ladies and men we walk with. We have left the identification that came out of our hearts to identify ourselves as brothers and sisters, to see ourselves with love, to accept ourselves at togetherness, to be a family, a society, a community that is united under one thing: love and blood that is red. If you cut my blood and you cut another person's blood, you will never see a difference. And that is what the unity that God, Almighty Father, who created heaven and earth, gave to us. Why have our eyes overtaken what our hearts believed in when we were growing up? My brothers and sisters, the time has come when we have to go back into our history. A time has come when we have to retrace the love that we shared amongst us. And that is what will give us the peace that we have been looking for. That is what will give us the trees that we've been talking about planting each and every year. But we cut more than we grow. We cut more than we plant. And we cut more than we treasure them. A story of my life: when I was growing up, we grew up eating a very small donuts. We used to call it kangumu. 10 of us could eat this small donut. We could just have a bite, a little bite, and it was enough, and we shared it happily together. But today, each and every home that lacks another neighbor is sitting on sacks of maize, sacks of beans that will rot and will be taken to garbage, as the fellows who are just some 2 meters or 100 meters away are dying of hunger. Brothers and sisters, where did the rain started beating us? A story of my life: I used to see people coming with bowls to our home, asking for just a little flour or maize flour to go and cook their meal. I used to see people sharing salt that was a little salt that they could afford. They could share it amongst a whole family. Somebody could walk like 100 or 200 meters to just come and get a spoonful of a salt. But today, as another person suffers because they cannot afford a spoonful of salt, another family is enjoying because their stores have got bags of salt, which some of it will end up solidifying and will be thrown into garbage, just because we are so selfish and too competitive that we think when we give this salt to other people, then what is going to happen? They will be better than us. This kind of behavior, kind of lifestyle must start to stop, because we are the people and we are the change that we are looking for. If you want to grow and if we want to grow the society that we live in today, we must